fam, you are the reason you not where you want to be at in life right now. Yes, you. I know it's crazy, but a lot of times we can be our own worst enemy. I know it's crazy to think about because when you think about enemy, you think about somebody else doing something to you. But a lot of times it's what we doing to ourselves. We are harming ourselves. We don't work hard enough. We be lazy. We we make excuses. We put the blame on other people. When a lot of times we need to look back in the mirror and put the blame on ourselves, because when you put the blame on somebody else, you tend to take it out of your control. And when you blame yourself, it's in your control. And a lot of times it really is yourself. Like, you just don't want to take the blame, because when you realize you the reason that you not where you want to be at, it's a bad feeling. So like, you tend to point the finger, oh, I'm not, he didn't give me this. My dad wasn't here for this. My mom didn't, you know, like, you tend to just put the blame on everything. But when you look back and examine the situation, you realize, okay, maybe I could have done this differently. Maybe if I would have tried this, or if I would have stopped doing that, which I know is a bad habit, maybe I would have came out a different way in life. So when it comes to life, like, you gotta think, and you gotta remember, like, just you be making excuses for a lot of times. Like, a lot of times when you could be doing something good, you be replacing it with doing something you know you shouldn't be doing. For example, you know you should be putting work in. You know you want to play football. You know you should be out there grinding, but you in the club, you partying, you hang with your friends, you on the game, you just doing any and everything but perfecting your craft. Then you can say, oh, I don't have a football field to go to. I don't have a football. You can put the blame on everything else, but instead look at what you're doing wrong. I can go outside. I know it's some grass outside. I'm pretty sure if you walk outside your house, you can find a good little patch of grass. You can say, I could have been putting in some routes in. I could have been running. I could have been getting quicker. I could have been jumping higher, being more athletic instead of on the game, or instead of with that girl. See, a lot of times we don't think about this. We usually put the blame on other people. And when I say you can be your own worst enemy, it's crazy, because like, you're what's stopping you. Like, you is what's stopping you from getting to where you want to be at. And it's crazy, because the only thing to get you over that hump is to stop hindering yourself. And another thing that makes you your own worst enemy is complaining. Just simple complaining. Why are you going to complain about your situation when you know you can't control it? I'm here to tell you, if it's something you can't control, then why put your energy towards it? Why focus on it? Like, you can't control the cards you was dealt. You can't reshuffle. You can't reshuffle the deck. You can't ask for a new hand. That's it. You got to play with the cards you're dealt, and that's how life is. Some people get lucky, some people get unlucky, and I guarantee you, there's some things in your hand and the cards that you was dealt that someone else will be happy to have. They would change lives with you in an instant, in a heartbeat. So be thankful for the things that you have. Like, don't complain about stuff that you don't have. Don't complain that you don't have the equipment to work. Don't complain that you don't have this, you don't have that. If you don't complain about like the type of car you have a car, be thankful for it, because there's someone out there with no car that would love to switch lives with you in a heartbeat. Just stay down, keep your head down, keep grinding, and don't complain. Use it as motivation. Like, if you don't have this, you should be motivated 10 times harder to go get it. Like, don't be sad about it. Like, you got to work hard, because complaining is going to take you farther back, because like, that's all you're going to be focused on. You're going to be focused on the negative. Oh, I don't have this. Like, bro, you got a bed to sleep in. Your people's downstairs. Like, you good. Like, just focus on the positive. Like, focus on what you do have, not what you don't have, because that's going to mess up your mindset, and that's going to cause you to be your worst enemy. Like, your mind is the only thing that you can control. Your mind is the only thing that you can control. You can't control the weather. You can't control whether you start living or dying. You can't control whether if you run off the road or not, bro. Like, your mind is the only thing you can control, bro. So why not program your mind to think the best? Why not program your mind to not complain? Why not program your mind to always find the best in the situation? Whatever situation you're in, good or bad, you should always try and find the good, because I promise you there's some good in that situation. You may have to look a little deep for it. Maybe you're surrounded by a lot of bad, but there's always some good in that situation. It always could have been 10 times worse. I guarantee you, whatever situation you're going through right now, someone out there somewhere is going through it 10 times harder, and they would love to be in your shoes in a heartbeat. They would switch lives with you in a heartbeat. So Yeah, whatever you may be going through may be bad, but don't complain about it. Like, look at the bright side. Thank God that it's not worse, and pray to God that it's going to get better, because it will get better. Stormy days don't last forever, just like the sunny days don't last forever. Yin and yang, good comes with the bad. There's no light without dark. There's going to be days where you feel like grinding. There's going to be days where you feel like quitting. Regardless, them days where you feel like grinding or quitting, you need to have the same mindset, and that's just straight work. Get to where you want to go. Put your head down. Work on your craft. Do what you got to do. Work on yourself and get to where you want to go. Because I promise you, bro, 5, 10 years from now, you're going to thank your past self. You're going to thank your past self a lot for being humble and getting what you got to get done, so you can set your future self up for success. I promise you, you do it. It's hard now. Life will be easy later on. But if you do it, it's easy now. Life will be hard. Go to work. Put the work in. Later on, it's gonna pay off. Be lazy. You make excuses. You complain. You yourself gonna hate your past self. So I say all that to say this, man. We can be our own worst enemies. And at the end of the day, as a human, all you have is yourself. All you have is your mindset, your soul. So why in the world would you want to be your worst enemy? You already have enough enemies out here in this world. Why in the world would you want to be one of them? You need to be your biggest ally, your biggest supporter. You need to be your biggest cheerleader, not your own worst enemy. But that's just something you have to work on. That's something you have to learn, and a skill you have to acquire. So I say all that to say this, man. Appreciate every single person that clicked on this video. Stop there and see what I had to say. It's you versus you in this life. Don't let the wrong you win.